Guys, Sam Smith here. All right, let's start this show off. Let's get the ball rolling. Protests, Black Lives Matter, and the trucks that are seen in these protests. As a truck driver, I want to address this, okay? So first of all, the protests and Black Lives Matter, full support. I am glad they're protesting. I'm glad they're drawing awareness. Something needs to change. Something needs to be done because innocent people are being killed. Innocent people are being killed by the police. And you hear, oh, not all cops are bad. Well, it's really great that right now is a good time for those good cops to come out and start saying, you're right, let's hold that cop accountable. Justice for George Floyd. 100%. I'm glad it's being done. With that being said, let's roll right into the one truck. We've all seen it. The red truck is a Peterbilt with the tanker trailer. All right. It was a hazard load, hauling gasoline, diesel fuel, very dangerous, can explode. You got to be careful with those loads. You can't even park them within so many feet of a school. You can't go underneath tunnels. You can't run lower levels on bridges. It's a whole nother ballpark running a hazard load. Okay. We've all seen that truck. Now, what you first see is the normal clip. You see him in the crowd and you see him mowing over people and you're like, what's going on? How do you even end up there? Why is that even happening? Okay. If you back it up and look at the beginning and gather some more information, I found out a few key points. Now, I'm not saying the driver's guilty. I'm not saying the driver's not guilty, but I noticed a couple things as a truck driver. Okay. So McCrae from season 15, Big Brother, I think it's season 15, called me and we're discussing it. And he actually knows the driver and we're going back and forth. And he opened my eyes to a little problem about those videos. And leading up to where the protests were happening on that bridge, apparently there's a dip in the road or a hill where you can't see up in front of you because of the dip or the curve, whatever it is. It's something with that bridge that you cannot see. I've never been on the bridge, so I don't know. I was just given this information. So basing my thoughts off this information, here we go. Apparently, the driver says that he got to that part of the highway and the barricades were not up yet. The police were supposed to have them up, but apparently for some weird reason, the barricades were not up. So the truck driver's rolling. If you see this one footage, I'll try to share the YouTube video link in the bottom. You see this one footage, the truck comes barreling in hot. This is before, it almost looks like he didn't even know the protest was there, which kind of makes sense because if the barricades were not blocking the road and there's the dip on the bridge and you cannot see in front of you, it would make sense that he probably didn't know they were there. You see his truck come barreling hot, immediately hits the brakes. It takes about 2 football fields for a loaded trailer to come to a stop. And you could tell when the truck stopped, he was like right on the dot, whoop, came to a stop. Now also too, he's also hauling fluid. When you stop a tanker trailer with fluid, everything surges. So this driver did pretty good stopping that fast. The minute he stopped, the protest saw him and thought he was coming directly at him for no reason. They all started running towards the truck, even though he was stopped so far away. They all ran towards the truck. He still sat there. They all bombarded the truck. Wherever they're doing, smashing the windows, this and that. You could see them all over the truck. I don't even know. I don't even want to know what was going on. Because rightfully so, they would be mad because from their eyes, the protesters saw that the truck was barreling towards them and stopped last minute. But in reality, did he not see them and were the barricades not up where he would know that that was even happening? So he came to a stop. Everyone's hopping on the truck, doing whatever they're doing. Now the driver's worried about it. Now he's hauling a hazardous load. Now he doesn't want someone to be lighting a match or anything. They are so tedious. You have to be so very careful with these loads. It's usually batteries and the flammables are what gets you. These are the placards we haul in these trailers. So after he stopped, got bombarded, you notice he threw the truck in another gear. He wasn't blazing down the road. He was keeping it slow and steady, and he kind of started going a little more into the crowd because what's he going to do? Back up? You can only back up a tractor trailer so fast. There's a high and a low speed. And the high speed, you could totally run after a truck and get it on a high-speed reverse. So the only thing he had to do was go forward. So he started rolling forward. He got still getting bombarded, this and that. So when he made another stop again, that's when it really went down. Got him out of the truck, did whatever. The cops finally showed up. It was a huge, huge mess. So with that information now, just be vigilant on the videos you see because when I first saw the film about that truck, I was standing here like, that driver's 100% wrong. I don't need to see any more. There it is. You know they're having a protest. You would never take that route. You should be doing pre-trip planning. You should be reading the maps, leading where you're going, what's going on, what's in the news, listen to the radio. You should know exactly where you're at. But if you take away those factors and think for a second, if he didn't have the radio on, if he even checked Google Maps live traffic feeds, there's no cars on that part of the road he was at, so we wouldn't even show that there was traffic. So in all reality, he came in so hot on that group, it almost makes you think that maybe he actually really didn't know. I don't know. I wasn't in the truck. I just know some of the facts about driving a truck that makes me now think to myself that maybe he actually didn't know. And if you take that into consideration, that would make sense why he came flying up, stopped immediately, and considering the distance he stopped, you knew he was trying to stop immediately on the dot. So, do what you want with that information. I'm not saying who's right, who's wrong as a truck driver and as him doing his job, but hey, you got to look at the whole picture and all the facts. However, with the protest, full support. Drawing awareness to police brutality, full support. Black Lives Matter, full support. So keep doing what you're doing. Thank you for making a difference, and thank you for drawing awareness. That's all I got to say.